Belle and Sebastian is using their latest single to aid those impacted by the war in Ukraine. The Scottish indie pop group dropped the music video for their new track If They're Shooting at You, from their upcoming 11th studio album A Bit of Previous on Thursday, showcasing images both heartbreaking and uplifting of Ukrainians living life amid Russia's invasion. The septet also pledged all proceeds from the song to Red Cross, while urging fans to donate to the organization's efforts for Ukraine via Bandcamp. There, the UK government will match proceeds until March 18 through a joint appeal with the Disasters Emergency Committee. When the situation in Ukraine first started to happen, it became clear that the lives of the people there, and probably ours too, were never going to be the same, frontman Stuart Murdoch said in a statement. The band had just started rolling out tracks for our new album, and it all felt a bit silly, to be honest. We had one track called If They're Shooting at You. It's a song about being lost, broken and under threat of violence. The key line is if they're shooting at you, kid, you must be doing something right. We stand in solidarity with the people of Ukraine and hope that their pain and suffering can be brought to a halt as soon as possible. We got in touch with various photographers and creatives in Ukraine, and they generously said that we could put their pictures to music. In creating this, we aspire to show a hopeful, defiant side, as well as bringing an awareness to the plight of the people there, he continued. We think any way in which we can get behind Ukraine, politically, culturally, practically, spiritually, it must all add up in the end. Together we have to do what it takes to help Ukraine beat this tyranny, Murdoch added. Russia's attack on Ukraine continues after their forces launched a large-scale invasion on February 24, the first major land conflict in Europe in decades. Details of the fighting change by the day, but hundreds of civilians have already been reported dead or wounded, including children. More than 1 million Ukrainians have also fled, the United Nations says. The invasion, ordered by Russian President Vladimir Putin, has drawn condemnation around the world and increasingly severe economic sanctions against Russia. With NATO forces massing in the region around Ukraine, various countries have also pledged aid or military support to the resistance. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky called for peace talks, so far unsuccessful, while urging his country to fight back. Putin insists Ukraine has historic ties to Russia and that he is acting in the best security interests of his country. Zelensky has vowed not to bend. Nobody is going to break us, we're strong, we're Ukrainians, he told the European Union in a speech in the early days of the fighting, adding, life will win over death. And light will win over darkness. The Russian attack on Ukraine is an evolving story, with information changing quickly. Follow People's complete coverage of the war here, including stories from citizens on the ground and ways to help.